Hi there, this is Mark from the Gig Ready Guitarist, and I just want to talk briefly about some tips that I can give you for strumming. If you're just new to playing guitar, strumming might be something that's quite frustrating. It can be quite tricky to grasp, and I think that people fall into the trap quite early on of thinking that there's patterns that you need to follow, or when they read a chord chart online, there's often a pattern there that doesn't really make sense, or they're not really grasping where that pattern fits within the song. So I think the first thing that you really need to think of is not to think about patterns at all when you're strumming. Um, what you really should be thinking about is the rhythm that you're playing is only um, basically when you play and when you don't play. The beat of the song is something slightly different. The beat is the constant heartbeat that you tap your foot to through a piece of music. And you need to be aware of where that beat is so that what you play over the top of that beat is consistent, in time, smooth, flowing, and makes musical sense, right? And I think the easiest way to demonstrate this is by taking just four simple chords. So I'm going to take a C chord, a G chord, an A minor, and an F chord. And I'm just going to play them for 8 beats each. Now, all I'm going to play is just I'm going to play roughly to about this speed. Just about that speed. And I'm just going to play the chords right on top of the beat, right? So just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Change 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Change 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Change 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Change 1. Now, the way I'm strumming that there, I'm strumming one strum per beat, right? So that's known as quarter notes. You could also strum one strum every 2 beats, and that would sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. So there's a lot more space in there. The beat still stays the same, and you could strum one strum for the full 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But what's important there is that you're aware of where that pulse is, where that beat is all the time. You might notice when I'm just leaving all that space, my hand's still kind of moving and on the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. That's keeping me in time. Okay. And the one strum per beat, that quarter note, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be like where all your other strumming, I don't want to say strumming patterns, but strumming embellishments will come from. So if you look at what's happening here, 1, 2, 3, 4. That hand's moving nice and even, just constantly up and down, right? When you're counting the beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, the beats will always move on a down strum. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, 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 down. Okay? Now what we can also do is fill in the strumming in between those beats. Sorry, I just dropped my plectrum. So the strumming in between those beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, you'll notice is an upwards movement with the right hand. 1, up, 2, up, 3, up, 4, up. 1, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So if there's 4 down movements, there must be 4 equal upwards movements. And what we can do then is count those as ands. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we're dividing that group of 4 beats up into a group of 8 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? But we won't count them like that. We'll count them 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? So taking the chords, 1, 2, 3, 4. We should be able now to catch some, and don't worry about doing a full up strum, strumming all the strings. All you need to do is catch the strings. I've just got the top 3 strings there, and that'll give the impression that up strums are, that you're doing the full strumming. So the beat's going to be here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 and 3 and 4. So let's do 4 beats, all down strums, just quarter notes, and then fill in the gaps. And you'll notice that the hand moves at the same speed. People start getting tripped up when they start doing up strums. They think the hand has to move really fast, and they end up with things that sound kind of weird and jerky. That kind of thing. And the hand has got to consistently move at the same speed all the time. So if you're just doing down strums at this speed, the up strums will be at the same speed here. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, up. The hand just moves at that speed and doesn't change anything. So let's play same chords, 4 beats, down strums, 4 beats, downs and ups, and keeping the chord changing after 8 beats. So it's G, C, G, A minor, F, right? 2, 3, 4. So C, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and G, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and A minor, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and F, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and C. Cool? So what you want to be able to do is be able to hear where the beat is, break that beat down, and be able to add these up strums in. Now you want to be experimenting with where in the group of 4 beats you want to place those up strums. You can place them anywhere you like. It honestly doesn't matter. That's why when it comes to rhythm and your understanding of where the beat is and where you want to place these, the rhythm becomes your decision. So that's why you shouldn't be kind of tied down to thinking that you only play in patterns. Playing in patterns, if you miss an up strum, you might think you're doing it wrong, and then you end up kind of overthinking things and getting really kind of frustrated that you're not getting the pattern right. You don't want to think like that. You want to be able to just place those up strums in as and when you decide, as long as you can hear when the chords are meant to change. Keep the chords moving. Even if you make some horrible mistakes here, keep the right hand consistent. Don't stop the right hand to make amends here. I'll show you what that sounds like. If you play the worst chord in the world, keep the strumming going. You can always get away with fixing mistakes you'll get away with bad notes, but you won't get away with bad strumming. So if you can fix those bad notes as you're playing, even better. So let's play I'm just going to throw these up strums in as and when I want, right? And you'll hear that it starts to sound really musical, and I'm not sticking to any set pattern. So 1, 2, 3, 4. at the right hand, it's always just moving, nice and constant. I can just go back to all down strums if I want. I can do all up strums, but the speed still stays the same. I can strum all the okay, so it really becomes up to your choice of where you want to embellish that rhythm. If the choruses in your song, whatever you're playing, are getting louder, you might want to add more of these. If the song's getting a bit quieter, obviously take them out and just leave a bit more space. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2. So that kind of thing there. And so you would use your ears to determine how loud you want to be or how soft you want to get. So that is where you want to get to as like tier 1, if you want. So you want to get really, really comfortable with that. The next stage after that, to get really more advanced side of strumming, is hearing when you're doing the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and if you're evenly distributing those beats into downstrokes and upstrokes, 3, 4, after 4 beats there, you've ran out of strokes. You've used them all. You've used all your downstrokes. You've used all your upstrokes. But we want to get one stage further than where we were there. And this is where things get a bit more interesting. If you take these 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, take those upstrokes and make them downstrokes as well, you'll get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So now you've got 8 down strums in the space of like your 4 beats. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, 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 down. And if I play through the chord progression, just using all down strums, same counting, same speed, it'll sound like this. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6 and 7 and 8 and G and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and A minor, 2, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and F, 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and C. Okay? Sorry, I got a fright there. My dog just made a funny noise. So what that now does is evenly space out 8 down strums, which then gives us 8 more upstrokes that we're not using. So we can now throw in these even quicker up strums. So moving your hand at this speed, and 4 and 1 and we've got a choice of 16 possible rhythms that we can play, or 16 possible times we can hit the string in the space of 4 bars, right? And all we want to do is just occasionally, just to begin with, throw in an up strum to get used to how this sounds. 1, 3 and 4, and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so that was thrown in after the end of beat 4. I'm not thinking too much about it. I'm trying not to count it. I'm trying to just feel it a bit more. 1, 1, 4, and a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2, 3 and 4. And once the hand's moving, it doesn't stop moving. Keep it nice and relaxed from the wrist, and then anytime you hit the strings on an up strum, it's going to be correct. It will have to be correct. The only time it'll sound weird or wrong is if you start stopping and starting. Once this is moving, it doesn't stop moving. It just constantly is on the go. And then it's when you decide to hit the strings is completely up to you. And the pattern, because it's moving and it's in time, it can't not be right. It has to be right. So if you listen to that chord progression again, 6 and 7, 8 and G, 5 and 6 and 7. So that's all down strums, just still counting. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1. Now we can start throwing in some up strums to make it a bit more interesting. And if you find if you're struggling with that, or you find you're tripping yourself up, always just come back to this. That's your foundation that you're going to build off of. So if you're struggling doing loads and loads of up strums, just fall back to the down strums, get yourself back in time. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1. So the way I would look at that is find where your beat is and split it into the 1 and 2 and. Once you get really comfortable with the down ups, change everything to down strums, and then you've got the option of just get used to playing everything with down strums. 1 and 2 and get used to that motion, nice and relaxed. Don't dig onto the strings, and then just dip your toe into throwing in an upstroke here and there. So just a and you can see the hands constantly moving. As soon as this stops, it starts guessing, it'll fall to pieces. If you're moving in time with the beat and the song, the hand movement will keep you in. If you're moving it in time, you can't really be out of time. You can't be wrong when you're hitting the strings. So I hope that clears some things up. I've just made this a wee quick video today. If you've got any questions, or you want me to do explain anything a wee bit clearer, or you want me to just spend a wee bit more time on a certain part of this, then feel free to just fire it in the comments, and I'll try my best to help you out. But I hope that does clear some things up and makes you kind of less afraid of experimenting with your own rhythm, and don't be tied down to patterns. If you can hear the beat and you can hear the pulse of the song, that should be everything you need to take the rhythm into your own hands and then do your own thing with it, regardless of the song, regardless of the speed, and regardless of the only thing that might trip you up will be if you don't know the chords well enough for the song. But just like anything else, it's all kind of practice. So hope to speak to you soon, and I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in a bit.